Now it's time for the BC Rich. This guitar actually is another one of the ones in my collection that I consider one of the cheapies, though it's also a shredder axe. I really think, honestly, these guitars are given a lot of bad flack, unrightly so. Yeah, BC Riches, a lot of these, especially these Bronze Series guitars, are pretty cheap, but they're not that bad. They actually play really nicely. Now, the story behind this one is, I bought it for, I'd like to say $50, but there was actually 2 guitars bought that day at exactly the same time. I used to live with a roommate who really liked these guitars. She really liked the BC Riches, you know, the Beast, the Warlock, the Bitch, you know, the pointy, heavy metal guitars, you know, a thrash your head off heavy metal axes. We were in the pawn shop and we saw 2 of these hanging on the wall, one in straight black and this one that was sort of a horrible, hideous, transparent Gladbag brown color. It was a color that they marketed in Musician's Friend around 2001 as transparent black. It was a very ugly color. I didn't like the color, but I liked the guitar. I mean, this one, it really had a beautiful feel to it, nice sound. I could hear there was plenty of resonance. But that color put me off pretty bad, so I didn't really use it very much. And for a while, I actually loaned this out to a friend of mine, and she wanted to learn how to play guitar, and, you know, started trying to teach her things. Well, she said she wanted to practice and needed something to practice with, so I loaned her this strung up left-handed, and lo and behold, she never really practiced anything on it. So I eventually got it back, and about last summer, and I decided, you know, I'm sick of the color, I'm going to change it. So I had my Jagmaster's old humbuckers laying around. I had a Vester that needed humbuckers, and I decided to go out and try and experiment. Can we repaint an electric guitar on my apartment patio? Well, I pulled it off. Did mess up in one area on the side, as you can see here. I kind of missed a spot, but that's about it. And this is the end result, sort of a Pelham meets cobalt blue finish, sort of like the Elliott Easton SGs, but a little bit bluer. It's got 2 white Duncan design pickups out of my Squier Jagmaster and large chrome surrounds that actually I put the pickups flush with so the strings don't catch on the edge of the pickup. Otherwise, it's all the stock hardware, Leoquan Badass style copycat bridge, 1 volume, 1 tone, 3-way switch, maple neck with a rosewood 22 fret fretboard with 24 fretboard with 24 jumbo frets, dot inlays, and surprise, surprise, El Cheapo Bronze Series tuners. So this is a Bronze Series Warlock, just like I said. Agathis body, and really, to tell you the truth, like I say, they get bad flack, unrightly so. I mean, I really like this guitar. Very low fast action. I can rip on this. So I can really rip on this thing really fast, comfortably. I mean, this is probably only second to my Jag Stang as far as, you know, comfort and speed in the house I've got. I haven't used it live yet. I have used it in my home studio quite a bit, both before and after the paint job. It hasn't really made many appearances after the paint job because I've just been so much more absorbed in my other guitars. Overall, clean. It sounds very much like a Les Paul, you know, that... I need to learn to tune before I make vids. So that's kind of the problem. It doesn't really have any real tuning problems, but it's been sitting around for a while with the same strings and I haven't tuned it yet, so So it's probably time to change the strings on this thing. Bad. It's pretty good crunchy sound, you know. Very much a classic rock kind of sound to it. Yeah, so it's a little out on the G. So yeah, that gives you an idea of the BC Rich Warlock. But otherwise, I mean, not a whole lot more to say about it. I mean, I use this quite every so often, usually for rhythm tracks, sometimes for leads when I don't need the vibrato bar. It's actually one of my favorite of the hardtails that I have, and I don't have very many hardtail guitars because I usually prefer to use a whammy bar a lot. So let's move on to the next one.